Hi, in this video, I'm going to be showing you the best text-to-speech software for 2022. I'm going to be showing you the best free text-to-speech software and the best paid text-to-speech software, and I'll explain my reasoning behind it. I'm Vince from Digital Nomad Institute, and let's get started. Alright, so the very first, the best free text-to-speech software would be IBM Watson. And that's because IBM is a huge corporation and they threw quite a bit of cash into creating this text-to-speech software, and it shows. If I play a few videos for you, a few samples for you to hear it real quick.
Conscious of its spiritual and moral heritage, the Union is founded on the indivisible, universal values of human dignity, freedom, equality and solidarity. It is based on the principles of democracy and the rule of law.
Okay.
It places
you can see it's very realistic, but not only that, you can adjust the pitch. You can make it low, you can make it default, you can make it high, or you can make it extra high. And you can also adjust the speed. So there's lots of customization options. And as well as dialect. You can make it American, Australian, British, and you even have multiple language support here, not just English. So I know most text-to-speech software focuses purely on English, but this one has Arabic, Chinese, Dutch, Czech, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Portuguese, Spanish, and Swedish. That's quite a lot of different languages that it supports. And let me just show you it real quick. Let me go with let's go Spanish. All right. I'm gonna select the dialect. Okay, and I'm gonna press play.
Consciente de su patrimonio espiritual y moral, la Unión está fundada sobre los valores indivisibles y universales de la dignidad.
It's been a while since I took basic Spanish, so I'm not sure how accurate this sounds. Actually, I'm not even sure, what the text is saying. But for those of you who do speak Spanish, please comment down below and let me know how accurate it is. But I can tell you now, I can only judge English, and the English is very good. But for those of you who are multilingual or whose main language is not English, this is a very, very good option because it sounds very realistic. And then let me show you another dialect. Let me show you Australian. Okay, and play it here.
Conscious of its spiritual and moral heritage, the Union is founded on the indivisible, universal values of human dignity.
It sounds quite realistic. Now, some of you are probably wondering, what is the value of this? And I'm telling you that I've tried a lot of different text-to-speech softwares, and one of them called Synthesis. This is the one I tried. I spent at the time. I did a review of this. I paid $600 for the unlimited plan. It was like a premium package, and it wasn't that great. So I'm going to show you, you don't have to take my word for it. I'm going to show you and compare the sample of a paid text-to-speech that you would have to actually pay for. All right, let's go with this. All right, so we'll compare male text-to-speech.
It's that time of the year you've all been waiting for. The exotic pet
that's
parade
male text-to-speech versus, and that's in American. Okay, so let's try to make it as close as a comparison as possible. Let's go with this, and let's compare the two.
Conscious of its spiritual and moral heritage, the Union is founded on the indivisible, universal values of human dignity, freedom, equality, and solidarity.
You can tell that this one is much higher quality. You don't hear that computer cracking as you do in this one.
Here this Saturday, bring your lizards.
See, you can hear the robotic equalized kind of voice. So this is the paid software. If you were to go ahead and pay for it and try to use this voice, it would cost you, let me see, let me go with get started. Okay, depending on what you choose, it would either cost you $40, $30, or $60 a month, every single month. All right. And with this, you can use it however you want. It's still unlimited and you don't have to pay for anything. Now, if you want a full demo on how to modify the different voices, how to customize it a bit and download the audio and everything like that, you can go ahead and check out my other video with has a full tutorial on this. But I just want to introduce to you this software because I paid and wasted a lot of money on these text-to-speech softwares, and I got really, really horrible sounding text-to-speech. It's kind of sad, but this one was the best, and it was free, and I found it at the very end of my long text-to-speech software journey. All right, so this is the best, I think, free and probably the second best paid software. And the reason why I say second best is because the next software I'm about to show you is what I consider the best paid software. And that is Descript. All right. Let me show that real quick right here. I'm going to open it up. It gives you a quick tip. And let me minimize this a little so you can see. Okay, let me go back to the main. All right, and the reason why this is the best, I consider this is the best, is because it's packed full of features, but just from a purely text-to-speech software, when it comes to paid, it's cutting edge. It's one of the few softwares that can actually clone your voice, a live human's voice, and convert it and create a text-to-speech clone. So the reason why I think this is the future of text-to-speech is because as you may or may not be aware of, text-to-speech, when it comes down to the purely robotic voice, some videos and some channels may not get monetized because of using pure, text-to-speech voices. And you know what I'm talking about. You're talking about those Reddit videos where it's just, very robotic. Hello, welcome to this Reddit thread. Ask Reddit. It's very, very robotic, right? But this one right here, it blurs the line. Like, it's human, obviously. It's your voice, but it's using AI to recreate your voice. So is it a full text-to-speech? No. But is it full 100% live voice? No, it isn't either. It's a hybrid between the two. And I think that is the future of where text-to-speech is going, especially on the YouTube space. So with that being said, when it comes down to Descript, the great thing about it is I believe around $30, you have so many tools that's almost designed. I think it's designed specifically for YouTube. Number one, you have a text-to-speech copy. So it's called Overdub. All right. What you do is you go ahead and let me go to new screen, new project. Okay. And then from here, you can once you add your voice and you train, you read a script. I think it's 5 minutes worth of script, but the more the better. You can select your voice and it now becomes text-to-speech. So this is one I've already done. It takes about a day after you submit your recorded script. And then once you have that, you can type in, let me see. You can type in text and it's going to go ahead and read it out for you. So let me go ahead and get you a piece of text real quick. So I'm going to use the same text right here. And I just to try to compare apples to apples. And I'm going to type it what they say. All right. So real quick, I'm going to play back how this text-to-speech sounds like.
Conscious of its spiritual and moral heritage, the Union is founded on the indivisible, universal values of human dignity, freedom, equality, and solidarity. It is based on the principles of democracy and the rule of law. It places the individual at the heart of its activities by establishing the citizenship of the Union and by creating an area of freedom, security, and justice.
All right, and then this is my clone AI text-to-speech. Conscious of its spiritual and moral heritage, The Union is founded on the indivisible, universal values of human dignity, freedom, equality, and solidarity, and is based on the principles of democracy and the rule of law. It places the individual at the heart of its activities by establishing the citizenship of the Union and by creating an area of freedom, security, and justice. And that's the what do you call it? I think after a few minutes of training, and then this one is what you can create different emotional tones. This is the most realistic, I think. All right, so let's play that again using the energy, what I call my energy tone that I created. You can create a whole bunch of custom tones once you have a voice added in. Conscious of its spiritual and moral heritage, the Union is founded on the indivisible, universal values of human dignity, freedom, equality, and solidarity. It is based on the principles of democracy and the rule of law. It places the individual at the heart of its activities. By establishing the citizenship of the Union and by creating an area of freedom, security, and justice. Conscious of As you can tell, that is pretty amazing. So, this is... I mean, can you tell if this was me or not? Like, if you close your eyes and I didn't say anything, could you tell that this was not me speaking right here? Or, would you have thought that this was me speaking? Like, so that's why I think this right here, and not only that, it doesn't sound like a robotic voice that puts you to sleep. It actually sounds like a live human who has it has breathing in there. It has pauses. It has all those natural things that a normal narrator would have while reading a script. It inputs it in, and the great thing about it is you can go ahead and change it since it is text to speech. It's all right. So I'm going to add that in, and it's going to. I think did it clone it? Let me see. Let me see if it fixed it. Conscious of its spiritual and moral heritage, the Union is founded on the indivisible, universal values of human dignity, freedom, equality, and solidarity. It is based conscious of its values and moral heritage. It changed whatever I said. It is text to speech, and it sounds very realistic. And the more you train it, the more you use it, the better it gets, the more accurate it becomes. Like when I first did this, it sounded not too dissimilar to this text-to-speech, all right? But after training it, because it is AI and there are humans in the background modifying it and trying to adjust it once you submit this, they make it more and more realistic. It is amazing. So if you want to find a way to streamline your YouTube video creation process, and you want to maybe you're in a busy environment, maybe you're in a construction zone, or you can't really record without sound interference, then you might want to consider using Descript because it has a lot of tools such as Studio Sound, which silences the background noise while you're doing a live recording. It has things such as automatically remove filler words, so it remove okay, it will detect it and then remove it. Then make sure that the audio sounds natural. It can shorten the word gaps to make it less awkward. It can do all these different things. So these are very, very powerful, and it turns you into essentially a video editing master or a pro, because you just have to click a few things and you can edit a lot of these mistakes or change words. It's really, really is amazing. So I highly recommend, if you're going to spend money, spend it on something that's worth it. Right? So that really will increase your content creation workflow by 10 or 20 fold. Now, this is an AI tool. It will save you time if you use it properly, but like all tools, you also have to use it properly and know how to use it. So it's not a cure-all for everything, but it does definitely save a lot of time. I want to just make sure that I'm very clear about that. Just the shorten the word gap and remove filler words saves me heaps of times. One thing about the downside about this is its transcription is not very accurate. And I'm not sure if it's just my voice. maybe I mumble a lot, or maybe my voice is just too low. I'm not sure, but it does a horrible job of transcribing my voice. Your mileage might vary when it comes to this, but when it comes to cloning my voice, when it comes down to adjusting the word gap, removing filler words, adding caption, dynamic text, even basic video editing, I'd say this has it all. It even has a screen recorder. So instead of having to purchase all these individual tools separately, which can cost a lot, you get all in a convenient package for about $30 a month. So I'll leave a link in the description below. You can go ahead and check this out. And also leave a link below so you can go ahead and check out the full tutorial on how to use Watson. If you found this video helpful, could you please, it would mean the world to me if you could hit the like button, as it takes me a lot of time and energy and money to make a lot of mistakes to share with you what actually works. I'm Vince from I'm Vince from Digital Nomad Institute. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.